Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new here, my name is Alan. I do sneaker reviews and a few vlogs here and there. Thank you for stopping by. We know we are here for the Undefeated Jordan 4s, although I am almost a year late, right? These came out like in August 2025. I mean, you can see right here, 05, 25, 20-year anniversary of something that would be considered a grail. I mean, still is a grail, except that it got reissued. The unthinkable happened. But yeah, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a thumbs up if you're into sneakers still in 2026. So it's my birthday month and I wanted to pick up something nice. And I had my eye on the Undefeated 4s. Now, if you watch my videos, I had the Jordan 4 Bread reimagined, the leather one. And I really love the pair, but for reasons I can't mention, I had to get it out of my rotation. And I was waiting for the Undefeated to replace because I wanted one pair of dark 4s. The only Jordan 4s I have are like military blue, the bike air fire red, the SB navy, SB pine green. So all of them are like white or sail, very light colors. So I wanted a dark pair. And although I got myself a pair of the Levi's Jordan 3s in the black cement colorway, I still wanted to get my hands on the Undefeated 4s because, it's so iconic or historic. This was the first ever pair that Jordan brand did a collab with. And although it was a very limited run with Undefeated in Japan, I think about 70, 75 pairs, with a wider release, it just gave me this opportunity to get something that I've always wanted, but I could never afford because it was reselling for upwards of $5,000, $15,000. I can't remember, but we've got this in hand. Now let's lift the lid open because I haven't personally looked at the pair myself. I've heard there's some QC issues and all of that. I don't know how my pair is going to turn out. So we're going to look at it together. Now starting off with the sizing. As you can tell, I picked up my true size, which is a US 9, UK 8. And the colorway, as you can see on the label right here, deep green, clementine, like an orange or a mandarin, and black. Now, let's lift this lid open on this very retro, different kind of a Jordan 4 box, silver, gray, whatever you call it. We shall lift the lid open together. We are greeted by this butter paper that has both the Undefeated branding as well as the Jumpman done in that, like a dot matrix printer, if you still remember what those are. Oops, I'm so excited, I'm salivating almost. Okay, let's get this open, and as you can tell, lately Jordan brand has been individually wrapping all of their pairs, so there's that. I am gonna get both the pairs out and then we shall continue with the video. I think they were doing this so that the color doesn't bleed. Oh man, such a beautiful pair. Look at that. The first time we both are looking at it and it's together. And here we go, here we have it, the hang tag with the Jumpman logo and the Undefeated logo. And this is the Air Jordan 4 Undefeated. I'm going to quickly take a look at the pair and see if I can find any complaints or irregularities before we get into the review. Okay, right out of the box, I can see some discoloration, or is that... It's very minor. I'm nitpicking really, but you can see on the store box area, you can see all of those white patches. It's got this nice soft nubuck, which changes color-ish when you move it in opposite directions. I mean, nothing like the brick by brick reds, but nonetheless, there is one line that's running through the toe here. I don't think that's gonna go even if I run my fingers through it, but there's that. Otherwise, it's just this netted area on the pair that's all gone wavy. But otherwise, I think the pair's pretty good shape. Like I was saying, the Jordan 4 Undefeated was the first ever collab that a Jordan brand did. And we'll go quickly through the details of the sneaker. It does come with some special features and we'll run through all of them. Starting off with the upper, you have this nice deep green soft nubuck. It's extremely soft and it sits atop the sail midsole. I mean, you obviously have two parts to it. You have the black right here, this glossy hit, shiny black, and this is a matted out sail midsole, and you can see the orange air unit done right there. The outsole, of course, done all in black with those orange or clementine hits, Nike Air on the front toe area as well. Now you know it's got encapsulated air, of course, like any other Jordan 4. This one done in orange. On the upper, you have this lace crown through which you have your 3 eyelets and the laces go through them. On top, again, you have the lace crown, except this wing right here, it's done in a glossy finish. Everything else is matte. This one's glossy right here. On to the heel. Now, while the OG Undefeated pair came with the Jumpman logo, this one, the reissue, comes with the Nike Air and it's done in this glossy finish. Now, I know purists are not a big fan of it. They would have preferred a Jumpman, but I personally like a Nike Air. I don't think I have any Jordan 4 which has had a Jumpman. Like, I've never owned a pair that's had a Jumpman. Every pair I pick up, for whatever reasons, I think I like the look of the Nike Air much better on the heel tab. And this one's done in that glossy. I mean, yeah, of course, I have one that says Bike Air, like the Nigel Sylvester, and I also have Nike SB, but you know, I meant the swoosh and the Futura logo done right there. Now, going on to the tongue, you have this satin kind of tongue, which is very interesting. You see it? It's got this bit of a shine, like an iridescent kind of a feeling going on. So this is all matte right here, but the tongue has this nice shine. And of course, that patch with the clementine. I say patch because I can pull it off and it's all Velcro. And there you see Jordan Rare Air, and that's the patch. This was the entire part of the Rare Air collection. You know, there were a couple of other pairs, like a Jordan 3 and a Jordan 4 that came out. I think even a Jordan 1, but it's a Jordan 4 that has the patch that you take off, and then you see Jordan and Rare Air done right there. Now, looking at this text or this font, it's got this very military kind of vibe, right? Like, the font is something you see printed on the side of like an ammunition box or on a tank or something. So that's because this pair is inspired from, is it an M1 bomber jacket? I think it's an M1 bomber jacket. You'd see the likes of Alpha Industries or Beams doing it, which is your green satin-esque bomber jacket with the lining on the inside being orange, which is what it drew its inspiration from, which is why you have the orange on the Jumpman, you have the orange behind the tongue right there, and also on your insole. Now, it does come with a spare set of laces. I'm a little confused or conflicted because the spare set of laces again are in that clementine or orange colorway, but it does come with this black flat laces. I'm lazy to swap it out because if you owned a pair of Air Jordan 4s and you tried swapping the laces out, you know how much of a headache that is because you gotta get this through this lace crown right here and all the way. It is complicated, but the orange would really pop on this pair because that's how it contrasts, right? That's how it's supposed to look. But if I were to keep the black laces on, it would be very discreet and nice. So I think I'm gonna keep the black laces on. Now, like I was saying, when we go on to the back of this tongue, still not over it. It's got this nice satin kind of finish. Now, one thought that I had was, why didn't they throw on the Undefeated logo, like embroidered on the heel or something, like they did on the Air Force One? They had a similar colored Air Force One, right? That was something that I always thought. But on the back of your tongue right here, you have the Undefeated label, again done in that same font, very military-like, upside down, and you can see that orange on the back of the tongue. So both the tongues on the left and right pair have this Undefeated label. Now, in terms of the only difference perhaps between both the pairs, apart from the fact that one goes on your left leg and one goes on your right, is that on the left pair, you have the Nike Air branding done right there on the orange insole, whereas on the right pair, you have the Undefeated branding done right there, again in black on the orange insole. Your regular heel counter, nothing to write home about really. But yeah, that's about it. In terms of sizing, I went true to size. I wear a true size in all of my Jordan 4s. In terms of comfort, I think right on top, you have your SB Jordan 4s, be it your pine green or your navy. Below that is your military blue, according to me. Like a military blue, your bread reimagined. Lower than that would have probably been the white cements because they have that really firm, stiff leather. And below the white cements would be the brick by brick red pair, which I think personally is one of the most uncomfortable sneakers I own. But that's it for this quick review. I'm gonna throw these on feet to show you what they look like. Alright, so this is how the pair looks on feet. This is the top down view. This is your side view. I mean, you gotta admit this is quite the stunning pair. Very simple, minimal, nothing out of this world, but it looks great. I think I am gonna stay with the black laces because this orange pops just about enough, even on the sides right there. However, one thing is this patch seems to be fraying at the laces. The edges are sharp right here, so it is bound to foul with the laces and fray. So I gotta decide if I want to keep them on or remove them. But I think without the patch, it wouldn't be as stunning. But what do you guys think? Okay, having worn these for a while now, I can say these are more comfy than the white cements. Not as much as the SB navy or the SB pine green. However, definitely better than the white cement or the Nigel Sylvester pair. At least the brick red one, because there's a lot more give. It's a lot more forgiving, unlike the white cement that was a lot more stiffer. So stiff nonetheless, regular Jordan 4 comfort, or if you can call that comfort. But yeah, that's how they feel on feet. Man, I think I really love this. And of course, you gotta appreciate the reworked toe shape, you know, not as bulky as the earlier 4s, a lot more sleeker, slimmer, works overall. I was putting the sneakers back in the box. I noticed that there was this postcard, not really a functional postcard because on the back it's got all of this Jumpman stamp. I think it could still work, there's a space to put your stamp, but it's the Undefeated storefront. So it's nice to get this parts of history when you pick up a pair that's so relevant culturally or to the sneaker scene. I just wish the ride was a lot more comfier, like on an SB or something, because right now the ride's a little clunky. Alright guys, that's it for this video of the Air Jordan 4 Undefeated. I'm, for one, really happy I could add this to my collection. I know the sneaker market is slowing down and people aren't as excited as they were in the past, but for somebody who's always wanted to have a Grail, and yeah, there's also the school of thought about people not being a fan of reissues like the Wu-Tangs did happen, and you had a few other pairs that came out, right? And people were not really too crazy about it. But for someone like me who's loved sneakers, I think this is a great move. It's a great opportunity. I don't think it was too widespread in terms of release. Like, pretty sure everybody who wanted a pair got a pair. But I'm just glad I could add this to my collection, to my rotation. I just wish they took better care of the quality control, because look at those waves on the net. It should be a lot more flush and flat. That's something I'm not a big fan of. And you'd think that for a collab of this nature, something that's been so sought after, something that's so controversial, they would spend a little more attention on quality control. But hey, it is what it is. I forgot to mention the sock liner, which has that fabric kind of a finish, again done in a very muted, matted out gray. But I appreciate you. Thanks again for staying all the way to the end. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.